Hi, hello, and welcome to the channel Scratch Coding for Kids. This is Vida from Toronto. I'm going to help you to learn Scratch coding. Okay, so today we are not going to do any subject related things, only the project. Few projects I am going to discuss. All these projects are more suitable for the 7 to 8 years old kids. So the beginners. So this is mostly related with their school subject. Okay, so let's go and see one by one. First one, let's see add numbers. Okay, so first let's play and see what it does. So it's something like a game, but it's math. So when I click on the green flag,
80 add 55.
so the question is 80 add 55, how much? So either you can click the right answer or wrong answer. So right answer, everyone knows it's 135. So
Correct answer. Well done.
So it will say correct answer and well done, and it will stop displaying. If you want, for the same program, you can add more questions. I have added only one question, but you can add more questions. I will play again to show you if I click on the wrong answer, what will happen.
80 add 55.
So this time I will press on the wrong answer.
Oops, wrong answer.
So it will say it's wrong answer and it will stop displaying. Okay, now we will go inside and see how we did the coding. Okay, so it's pretty simple. So the backdrop, I took only just a white color backdrop. I didn't add anything. If you want, you can add different background like a classroom or some math background, anything you can add it. But I gave just a white blank background. But I did some coding for that background. So what I am saying is that it has to speak 80 at 55. So it's a voice. So we already learned about text to speech. So text to speech is usually in the extension. If you go to extension, you can get the text to speech. Okay. So I already took that text to speech. So it's here. From there, I'm using to set the voice to this one. Or if you want to change, you can change the voice. Then I say speak. And what is the speak? 80 at 55. And I am broadcasting the answer. Why I am broadcasting the answer, I will explain you. Because it broadcast only, the answer will start to display. Otherwise, it's difficult, right? Before it announced the addition, the answer started to display. So to avoid that, I'm asking this to broadcast. So it will internally broadcast. And when the broadcast come, these answers will start to display. So how did I code for the answers? So first one, for the correct answer, first I am saying to hide when I click on the start, because when I click on the start, actually this code should come, right? First it should ask the question. Before asking the question, we can't show the answer. So first when I click on the green flag, this should happen. After that, when I receive the answer, because this backdrop is broadcasting the message answer. So internally when it receives the broadcast answer, it will start to show the 135 and it will repeat 10 times to the random position. That's why it's going in the screen different positions and wait for 2 seconds. So after 10 repeats, it will stop on. So there are 3 checkpoints. One is you can click the right answer or you can click the wrong answer, or you can just wait without click anything. Then 10 times it will repeat and stop it. Then when the sprite, so how do I, when it click, we have to do something, right? So when this sprite click, I had to say correct answer, well done. And I'm playing a sound, clapping sound and broadcast stop. Okay. So when this receives the stop broadcast, it will hide it again because we don't want to display continuously, right? Because if you want to give a second question, it should hide this answer. So when it broadcast stop, it will stop it and it will hide the number. The same thing for the every other sprites of wrong answer, but only this part will change. So let's see one of the wrong answer. So when I click on the wrong answer, so when I receive the answer, like from the backdrop, I'll broadcast the answer. So once it receive the answer, it start to display. It goes to random position and it start to show, right? Then it will go to this one. When this sprite is clicked, it should say, oops, wrong answer, because this is the wrong answer, right? So wrong answer. And there is a play sound of wrong answer. Oops. And broadcast stops. Stop. Once it broadcast stop, this will receive the stop and hide this again. So beginning it will hide it, then it will show when it receives the answer, then it will hide again when it receives the stop broadcast. This the same code will apply for the each wrong answers. And this is another sprite which is just to show 85. When I click, it will show
80 add 55.
this 80 at 55. That number I written a sprite and I written this one, show and wait for 2 seconds while when it's announcing by the voice, when the text to speech is going on, in the screen also you will see 80 at 55. So it's pretty simple, but what you can do is we can do more stuff for this one. So let me stop this one. So what we can do is we can add more questions. I just added only one, right? So you can add more questions like 88, 55, and then, oh, you want to change it 88, 55, you can change it to different number like 150 at 255, something like that, any big numbers, or even you can add three numbers together, right? And you add more questions. So what you do is once it's hidden, then you have to also broadcast. Okay, when this one is broadcast stop, we have to say hide this one. Also, we have to start displaying another question. So in the backdrop, we have to say when I receive stop, text to speech, set the voice and say second question. So second question I can say 155 add, sorry, add 96 something. Anything you can subtract, take away also, you can say 155 take away 95, anything you can add it here. Okay, so you have to do this one and broadcast. Then again same cycle will happen. Broadcast answer 1, don't broadcast again answer, because if you broadcast answer, these things will get activated. Okay, so now we are going to give a new set of answers. So say another one, the control events broadcast new message, we will add it like answer 1, answer 1. So it will start to broadcast answer 1. So now when it start to broadcast answer 1, we have to add new sprites. So how I add new sprite? I go to paint. Now I had to start adding the numbers. So what was the number I gave? 155 plus 96, right? So 155 plus 96, 251. So the right answer will be 251. So let me keep one sprite right answer. Always you have to keep it in center, okay? Then other answers I had to do it wrong answers, okay? So let me create another sprite with wrong answer. Something like 56, okay? So I don't spend more time, so I just do only 2 answers, but you can add more answers to confuse others, okay? Right. So now I'm going to code this one. So when this sprite, so I'll say when receives answer 1, because the question once finished, it's going to broadcast answer 1. I have to, okay, before that, I have to say when click start, it shouldn't show, right? It should hide. So looks block, we have hide. So I will say hide it. Then when I receive answer 1, I have to show it. And I have to repeat 10 times or 15 times, whatever you can give. this one should go to random position. So I go to motion blocks, go to random position and wait for 2 seconds. Otherwise, the user cannot click it, right? It will very quickly, it will go away. And yeah, so it should go to random place and it should go. Okay, it will do that one. Wait, give me a second. I have to take this away. Right. Then if someone click on this one, this is the correct answer, right? If someone click on it, so I have to have a control when this block is clicked. When the sprite is clicked, we had to say, so I want to take a text to speech, set the one, sorry, other way around. Set the voice to this one and say correct answer. Correct answer. Then I have to broadcast stop one, because stop I already used it for the previous one, right? So I'm going to take a new message, stop one. So if anyone new to this YouTube, please go through my previous tutorials, because all these things I already taught everyone. So the tutorials, there are around 14 tutorials where everything is explained, like how to work with broadcast, how to use the text to speech, everything is there. Okay, stop one. And once I receive stop one, once I receive stop one, I had to hide this sprite. Go to looks and hide it. Okay, so that is for this right answer, right? Now wrong answer we had to do it. So for the wrong answer, same thing. So when the green flag is clicked, it should hide itself. It shouldn't show. Then when it has to show, so when I received answer 1, I had to show. So go to looks and show it. And then it should repeat 10 times and go to random position and wait over there for 2 seconds. Okay. Then when somebody click on it, so we have to go to the event. When the sprite is clicked, it should say wrong answer, right? So I have to go to the text to speech, set the voice. I'll say wrong answer and broadcast stop one. So once I receive the stop one, I have to hide it again. Okay, so let's see now it's working or not. Okay, let's see. Click on start.
80 add 55.
Say wrong answer.
Oops, wrong answer. 155 add 96.
See, next question has come. Now the answer is coming. Now I'll click.
Correct answer.
Okay, right. Good. So it's working as expected, right? Good. So that's how you can work on this. So you add again another question. So once the stop one is received, then you have to add the third question. So go to the backdrop. Now when you receive stop, you display the second question. Now when the stop one, same rotation, same way, you have to repeat the code again and again. So you can add n number of questions. So I added 2 questions. Now you can add more questions by following the same steps. Okay, right. So this is especially for the 8 to 9 years kids, sorry, 7 to 8 years kids. So I didn't use any if condition, I didn't use any variables. Because if you use the list variable, we can do it. There are different approaches to do the same thing. You don't need to follow the exact thing. So if any big kids are watching this one, you can use a different approach for this one. So this approach is for 7 to 8 years old kids. Okay, now this is about math. The same concept I used for the language too. So for the language, we have spelling bee. So you can, wait, let me save it. Okay, now I go to the next project. The concept is same, but the subject is different. This is math. Now I am going for the spelling, English language. So here, if I get,
Select the correct spelling for increase.
so select the correct spelling for increase. So I will select the
Oops,
right,
wrong.
oh, that's a
Select
wrong
the correct spelling for table.
table. So
Correct. Well done.
so this is for the spelling bee, like spelling, but the coding is same. So if you, it's a different subject, but if you go, I did the same coding. I did the background for the backdrop. I added the questions with the text to speech, and then I gave each answers. And for each answers, exactly same way I have followed. Random position and stop ball. Okay. And the exactly same way. Correct means it will say correct and clapping sound. If it's it wrong, it will say oops wrong and broadcast to stop ball. But the coding is exactly same. Only thing is the subject is different. Okay. Let's see, is there any other project I can explain today? Yeah, multiplication. This is little different coding. Okay. So this is about multiplication question. So this is again math. So if you go, if you want to do some multiplication questions, see the robot is asking 5 into 1. 5 multiplied by 1, how much? So here I'm allowing the user to give the answer. So I'm going to type 5 and enter.
Correct. Good job.
Okay.
Correct. Good job.
Now it's asking 5 into 2. So it's the timetable, the multiplication table. So 5 into 2, 10. So this time I'll give the wrong answer. So what will happen? See,
Oops, wrong.
oops, wrong. Okay. So it's almost not say the coding is totally different for this one. Okay. So let's go inside and see the coding. So here what I am doing is I just use a robo, the only one sprite I am using it. And I'm giving a question like we have in the sensing blocks, we have a ask question block, right? So I'm using that ask blocking block um, block, and I'm asking the question what's 5 multiplied by 1. And I'm using here I'm using a variable. Okay, no, not even variable. Okay, here also I'm not using a variable because answer is already given by the scratch itself. I don't need to create a variable. So the answer is given. So when I say if answer is equal to 5, then you have to say, so the user is going to input the answer, right? So if the user type 5, then I am saying to say correct. Else, you have to say wrong answer. Other than 5, anything else, if the user types, it will say wrong. Then it's displaying the second question. So second question, if the user type the right answer, I will say correct. If the user types the wrong answer, I will say wrong. So it will continue with the questions. So this is for the 78-year-old kids with their subject, like for the grade 2, grade 3 kids, they will have these things in their subject, multiplication, addition, and some language, spelling, and those kind of things. So based on their age, I have done these projects. So let's see, is there anything else I can explain? No, that's all for today. So we checked 3 projects, 2 almost same but different subject, and other one is little different than the previous project. Okay, thank you for watching. Let's see in another tutorial or another YouTube video. See you. Bye bye.